This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Tampa. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. This is complete to Dawson Knox. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. They go play action on first. He's on the move. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back now, pressure on its way. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Bills with a punt team out there. And this will put an end to the drive after it stalled out. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Nice return there, 15 yards gained. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. They're set up at the 35 now.
On the red. Go, go. Here we go.
Lawrence going to throw straight away here. Watson with the catch. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
30 left.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Hey, kill. Sink right. 11.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Connection made to Isaac Garindo. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
13, Luke. Hey, go. Hot.
On the ground, this is Isaac Garindo. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
team, Luke. Luke. Rip, 23. Here we go, son.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Trying an inside give to Garindo. And he's able to get this down to the 36. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Take right open, open.
From the 36. Short pass brought in. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Completed to Collins. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Silver.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Hauled in by Garindo. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Isaac Garindo with the touchdown. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Right up the gut. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Ritter. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
On 1st down, here comes Brooks. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ritter looking to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And the defender comes away with it. Picked off Cam Hart.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
11.
Lawrence working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Collins there to grab it. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. And they will have to boot it away in a little bit. We've arrived at the end of our first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes it in at the 26. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And the Bills will take over possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. Give him a full 40 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down. Now Ritter. Hauled in left side. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very...
And he will score! Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown! It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills tie this game 7-7. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Great job.
Shotgun handoff to Garindo. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go.
From the 32. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Sink right. 11.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. Hits his running back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Rip, 23.
Now a give to Garindo. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
2nd and 1. Finding Collins. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Hey. Sink right, open.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Finds him on the crossing route. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Red on red.
To the line we go. They're set,
Easy,
1st and 10.
Easy. Silver.
From the gun, Garindo. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
First down from the red zone. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Buccaneers with the football. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Hey, easy. Route. 11. 30 left. Here we go.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. This throw is cuffed. And he drives this forward to the 6.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Ritter. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. On now comes their punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Ball taken in at the 36. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And they dodge a turnover there on the return.
You know, these returners, they walk such a fine line. You got to have bravado. You certainly got to have confidence, but you can't be reckless as that ball gets punched out with the returner trying to do too much. That almost ended up on the wrong side of the highlight reel.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
Go, go. Go, go. Hot.
Lawrence looking to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
11, 11. 13, Luke. Luke. Easy. Read a 24. Read a 54. Here we go, son.
On the give, it's Garindo. And they'll bring him down after a small gain to the 48. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Ready up.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, go, go. Go. Hey, I'm gun. Take right open. 11, ag it. 30 left. It's hot.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it.
Let's go now.
Ritter to throw. Escapes the pocket. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Ritter setting up to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. The rookie from Georgia has it. And the Buccaneers will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal.
11. Go, let's go.
Lawrence to throw it. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers will add to their lead at the end of the half. Nico Collins with the touchdown. PAT up and good for Moody. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back to throw it. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
11.
Garindo running between the tackles. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Aleem McNeil in on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Think right. Silver.
Watson, quick pass wide. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down. The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And they could really use a good one here. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Lloyd. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Second and 13. Into traffic, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Play action on 1st down. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
3rd down from the gun. He's trying to push the field. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give them that 1st down. The penalty erases an exciting turnover, makes it 1st and 10. I'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
60 Eagle. Trap 60. Track 60.
From the red zone now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
Oh, I hate that. They've eaten up some good yardage on this drive, Kate. Get down in the red zone, and this is where you really got to stay on schedule. Let's give some credit to this defense. They know the job they got to do. Got to knock you back and make this now red zone attempt that much more difficult.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Ritter looking to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs, whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They go play action here. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stands.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Lawrence working from the gun. Dive in, and he gets his hands underneath for the catch. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Here's Garindo again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Take right open.
But the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Kill on red.
They'll run. It's Garindo. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
13 Lou.
They'll go right back to Garindo. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 now. Completed to Collins. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
11. Go, let's go. Silver.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Go. Hey. Go. Red.
Lawrence throwing here. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Looking for the back that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Sink right. Silver.
3rd and long for him here. Forced out to his right. He's running for it.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Moody knocks it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that hit stops him in his tracks. It goes down as a gain of nothing on the run, and now they're left with 3rd and 14.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Buccaneers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Putting the body on the line for his team. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Hey, Lion!
He'll try the right side with Gurindo. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It didn't look like he ever really got a chance to fully get that play started, Kate. Just not enough time for him to work before they were all over him making that stop.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Buccaneers, well, they can probably just run away and hide. Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
They'll run here with Gurindo. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Caught near the pylon. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so
11,
easy.
11.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Christian Watson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the Buccaneers make it a 24-point ball game. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Throwing here, Ritter. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Now Ritter. Flush down out to his left. Now here he goes.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Back to throw now. It's Ritter. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Ritter. That's cut beyond the marker. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Ritter to throw. Caught near the pylon. Touchdown, Buffalo. And now the Bills offense staying out. They're going to go for 2. Man in motion here. They'll try to run it in. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Well, I know we normally look for where the breakdown occurred here, partner, but I think he just made a really good play defensively to get back there.
Yeah, you're not just thinking. He absolutely did it. That defender was reacting. Go shoot your shot. And that is teaching tape for that.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Alert! Alert!
Now give to Garindo, running left. He's got room to roam here. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Best run games in this league at balance can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
So it's a win for the Buccaneers.